Out of all the skills in Old School RuneScape, Hunter has notoriously been one of my least favorites. That is at least until the inclusion of Varlamore, which may have changed things up a bit. Back then, most relied on their birdhouse runs, where you create the birdhouse, throw some seeds in there, collect the rewards slowly after about an hour or so and move on, or you build traps and slowly wait for your sanity to break, which either way is not very fun. But now, with the inclusion of the Hunters Guild, there's now a plethora of different ways that you can advance the skill, as well as gain some decent rewards as you go. Now, you simply find a Hunter Master that scales appropriately to your level, they'll give you a task to go hunt, and then request a certain item from you. Once you gain that certain item, you then make your way back to that Hunter Master, and they'll give you a Hunter's Loot Sack that apparently will give you pretty good rewards and experience once you finish. But, does this actually make Hunter fun? Well, let's find out. Last episode, we spent a ton of time in Guardians of the Rift, managing to get some levels and some runes, and even managing to somehow get the pet from the minigame, which was unexpected, and then moving on to knock out a bunch of quests in order to get some levels, as well as knocking out some prerequisites, culminating in us leaving off at Morning's Part 1, which requires some magic logs and 75 woodcutting in the traditional sense, which we want to avoid at all costs. So we came up with the alternative of going to the Hunters Guild and knocking out some hunter rumors, giving us the possibility of obtaining the logs, even though that the chance is extremely slim. I'm really hoping that this is actually all that it's cracked up to be and it's not a disappointment because as I said earlier, I don't know what it is, man. I really dislike Hunter. I find it extremely boring and not very worthwhile. So we'll try to keep an open mind and see how this goes. Alrighty. Oh, cool. So here's all the different masters that we got to go to. Okay, so I'm thinking we're definitely gonna be novice. Okay. Um, where the hell is this person at? See, I guess I should have done my research first. I've never been here before, if in case that's not evident, but we are going to figure this out. Where's this person at? It's not that one. Aha! There we go. There's the person in question. All right, so we should be. Wait, are we good? All right, now we should be good. Let's see what we got. Alrighty, we saw spot comment. Which one is that one? Okay, we are going to cheat and use the wiki, showing what tasks they are and where they're at and everything, because I don't know where any of these are. So I'm thinking that it's going to be the spotted kebbit, even though it doesn't have on its name. So that would mean falconry. Apparently, you just go over to the guy here and get the glove and get the bird and just start sending them out. All right, so then we just had to highlight all these guys. That way we get the right one. Click and, oh, okay. Is that it? Okay, well, that's not so bad. Hopefully we're not here for too long then. So let's keep going until we get it. Okay, I'm thinking that's it. It says we got a rare piece, and then now we can head back to the Hunters Guild. So let's go ahead and collect our loot. Okay, so now we go ahead and turn this bad boy in. All right, we got our little Hunter's Loot Sack. I saw that pop up in the inventory. Do we want another rumor? Yeah, because I don't think we're gonna get what we're looking for just yet. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Tropical Wagtail. What is that? Tropical wagtail. Okay, it's a bird snare. So, meaning that you need to set it up and collect the bird. Okay, that sounds boring. Well, thankfully there's a shop here where you can buy all the supplies right here. So this is how you get the Quetzal feed in order to build the Quetzal sites. I didn't know that. All right, the more you know. God, this is what I'm talking about. I hate these ones. They're just, it's just so boring, man. But I guess I'm only looking for a piece. It's not like I'm going for 99 or anything. All right, so we've been here for a few minutes. Has been so. Oh my gosh, we got it. Yes, no complaints. Oh my lord. Okay, if it takes this long to do it, then honestly, even these crappy tasks won't be so crappy. All right, let's go ahead and drop this one off. Hey, swamp lizards. Okay, those are actually pretty good if I remember correctly. Hey, there's a level, and for the loot, nothing. The reason I got excited for the swamp lizards is because that compared to the previous tasks, swamp lizards are actually pretty good. They give a whopping 152 experience per, as opposed to the tropical wagtails that we just did, only giving about 95 experience per. So comparing the two, this one is much better in comparison for the experience long term. All right, this one's actually going pretty quick, same as the other ones, thankfully. Hey, we got the piece. That actually makes me kind of sad because the experience is actually pretty good. But we're not here for the experience; we're here for the rewards. So we get it and we move on. Oh man, I love those XP drops. It's the best part of all this. But let's see what we got. Freaking tropical wagtails. I guess there's a level, but the wagtails suck. Yep, no loot. Well, nothing good at least. All right, we try again. Oh my god, man. Please don't tell me these things come up all the time. And snowy nights. Alrighty. Easy enough, but meh. And the loot? Nothing. Alright, let's go check this. Ah, we got it. Woohoo! And nothing. Okay, I take it back. The tropical wagtails are actually not that bad. These rock pitfall ones are absolutely the worst. You can only do one at a time. What is this? Okay, so we just skipped ahead a little bit. We're now level 57 hunter, which means we can now do the adept rumors. I promise you didn't miss anything in between those levels. I think it was 9, 40, yeah, 48, 57, something like that. Math is hard, but I promise you didn't miss anything. The tasks were crap. The rewards were even worse. And so far, I'm really not impressed. But hopefully, the adept ones will at least give us better tasks. And never mind. So the rewards better be worth it. All right, buddy. You better be worth all this hassle. All right, first one. Oh, okay. These. Okay, okay. Hold on. So yeah, we'll take those. So apparently the Adept contracts actually give a lot more of the Quetzal feeds. That way we could build the transport sites for the Quetzals. But we got to do Twilight's Promise first. So quick little detour. All right, quest is done, so we can build them whenever. The life of an ultimate with potion making. Pain in the ass, so worth it. Back to falconry, no complaints. I like these guys. It's quick, it's easy, and the experience is actually pretty good. All right, next one down, and it's all right. We're not getting the magic logs, which is kind of annoying, but I will say that we're getting some bones for prayer. We're getting some bird nests, and they're in noted form. So we're doing good. We're doing good. Orange salamanders are up on the list, and they are even better than the swamp lizards. Alrighty, we got the piece we're looking for, and yet we are one single one away from level 60 hunter. So we are not going to waste any time. We're going to knock this one out. And there we have it, level 60 hunter, 14 levels down, and yet we still don't have what we need. Go figure. All right, here we go. This is it. And never mind. Holy crap, we got it, we got it, we got it, we got it, we got it. Oh my lord, 20, 100 levels down, and a handful of rumors, I guess. I guess a lot to some and a small amount to others. Either way, we got it, no complaints. I will throw a little disclaimer out there. We did kind of cheat or, alternate our methods here. We got up to 60 wood kind to up the chances. So I guess it wasn't the original plan, but you know what? It was still working and we're good. I did decide to stay until 70 for Song of the Elves eventually, but I gotta admit, these tracking ones are absolutely horrible. Top tier list of do not ever do. All right, this will be our last Hunter's Loot sack for Adept because we've officially gotten 70 Hunter. I gotta admit, it wasn't that bad compared to traditional hunting. The rumors are actually relatively enjoyable. So, blueprints. Okay, not much on that side, but I think you can trade the blueprints in onto this person and give you a different loot sack or something. Yeah. All right. All right. I guess one more loot sack. All right. Time to clear up some inventory space and make some potions while we can. While I'm exceptionally grateful for all the herbs that we managed to obtain from the Hunter's Rumors, given the fact that we weren't even going for those in the first place, it's going to be kind of tricky just because that we're not going to be able to use these for a while, at least some of them anyway. I mean, some we can, some we can't, so we're just going to take advantage of what's possible. Let's kind of take a look here. We got Cantine, super defense. It's going to be a while, unfortunately. The Irrit leaves, super tax, 45. That's not so bad. We can use those relatively soon, I guess. So Quorums, 55. Ranar weeds, actually. Ranars, Harrowlanders. So the Harrowlanders and the Ranars we can do. Ranars equals potions, and I just realized I don't have vials of water, so we got to get those. Nah, bet you weren't expecting that, were you? Come on. No, seriously, it's been a while, hasn't it? As I'm sitting here using all these different herbs one by one, it's a pain in the ass, but at the same time, it's almost kind of therapeutic. So, I guess that really makes me a masochist, doesn't it? Oh well. And getting some more prayer while we're at it. Thank God it gives the bone shards. And yet, one more level down. There we are, level 55 prayer. Yippee ki yay. I feel like it wasn't that long ago that we were walking through here getting sniped, so this is nice. And there we go, knocking out some more prayer pots. And now we just gotta decant them so that way we can save up some more space. And then we're just gonna slowly build up our stack. There we go. There comes a time in every player's life where you must get the Quetzal transport system for peace of mind. And that's exactly what we're here to do now. Of course, we have to get all the items one by one and then make them to soft clay, get the limestone bricks, so on and so forth. But, you know, it'll be worth it. Time to get the first one down. Let's build this sucker. Alrighty, first one down. And number 2, number 3, number 4. Before we actually start Morning's End Part 1, we kind of need to free up some inventory space here because this quest takes a butt ton of space. I mean, look at all these items we got to get. This is not going to be fun at all. Don't these guys actually reduce your stats or something like that? Oh my god. Okay. I don't see how that's fair, but alrighty. One thing's for certain, these guys had a sense of style. I mean, look at this bad boy. Ka-chow! Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite part of all time, we get to get rid of this barrel of naphtha, which is going to reduce our weight by so much. All right, time to finish it up with number 1. And step 2, down the drain. Morning's End Part 1 is now completed, which is just insane to think about considering we spent, well, I guess weeks really trying to get it all done. And then, of course, now thinking of everything, we have to do part 2 as well, which is arguably going to be, hey, look at that, got some levels too. But part 2 is definitely going to be worse. I mean, 50 items that we're going to have to gather, so that's going to suck. Does anybody else remember doing this quest without Quest Helper in like Rune HQ? Because I certainly do, and this was a freaking nightmare to do. All right, let's see how lucky we are. This is like the bane of players' existence right here. Because I swear it is like 1,000-time fail rate. I don't know why, but it just happens every single time. And yet we made it. Holy crap, first time. First time. Wow. All right, mark this on the calendar. Whatever the date is, I don't remember. Let's go. And now the real test. Can we make it back? Let's find out. Oh, dude, come on, come on, come on. This would be one for the books if we can. One more. Come on. All right. Well, you know what? We almost made it. I will take it. Here we go. The part I was not looking forward to. It used to be the puzzle, but now it's getting this list. I mean, look at this. I mean, they're not hard items to get, but it's the fact that you have to get 50 items, and yet we can't bank. On a main account or a normal iron account, this wouldn't be so bad because you just make 2 trips and life is good. But of course, we had to make things difficult. And of course, the one thing we have to keep in mind is to make sure that we actually light the path before we leave. Otherwise, we have to go all the way through the underground pass, and we don't want to do that. All right, I gotta start gathering all these items. Some are easy, and some were a little bit more of a pain. For example, the sack of potatoes, you need a little bit more inventory space for those. But some of them, you just collect and go. So, yep, we just need to get a few more items for the first batch, and then we can call it a day. And let's go back to the pyramid. No, why did I do that? I did exactly what I told myself not to do. I really need to get my brain checked because I told myself, don't do this. And what did I do? Do it. Going through here is going to be a pain. Not that it's particularly difficult, it's just the fact that it's extremely inconvenient. All right, I just spared you the agony of watching me do this a second time. So we got all the items, so let's go ahead and finish this bad boy. And Morning's End Part 2 is done, which the crazy part is the next one technically in the storyline is Song of the Elves, which we're not even close to being able to do that one. But, you know, it's one step closer to eventually getting to the lovely Prifddinas, which is a long-term goal here, but you know, we take the wins for what we can, but I don't recommend this on Ultimate at all. One thing I'm definitely not used to on the Ultimate is death piling. I don't enjoy it at all. I don't know if it's because that I have a fear of losing it, which honestly is a legitimate factor, I would think. But I think it's more so the fact that I just freeze because I don't know what I need to pull out. I could sit there and say, okay, I'm going to go range. And then for whatever reason, I just stare and look at it and go, huh? So it's always fun. But then, you know, once you find outside, then you have to declare seppuku and die. And for anyone who hasn't seen it, this is what a death pile looks like. Just not a very cool one, is it? La da da da, gotta get my bag back. All right, right, so we are just about done with that. And in this case, we're going to be keeping out most of our combat gear. And the reason being is because I think we're going to go and try and do some Slayer and get that up because we're going to need 55 for broad bolts eventually. So couldn't hurt. Look at us looking so fancy. Very, very free to play esque minus the cloak. Let's see what we get. No, it's shades. That is just horrible. These guys are just not very entertaining. I mean, at all. I mean, they're not bad experience, especially for a Vanaka task, I guess. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm used to better ones, so hopefully this doesn't take too long. All right. Well, that is our very first Slayer task done on the account. So that is cool to see. 28 Slayer, and we'll get there eventually. Hopefully, this one is just a tad bit better. I tried, folks. I really tried to suck it up for Vanaka's tasks, but they were just so bad. So bad. Look at this. I can see myself. Mirror shield. Who's sexy? And I know it. And even though it wasn't just shown on there, let's pull it up. There we go. 70 combat, which means we can now officially do Cheldar, Gildar, whatever the hell her name is. Let's go. Girlfriend, please give me a better one. Fuck. Have you ever just walked into a room and forgot why you came into that room in the first place? That was me. I came to my house, I had a plan, I was all set, and then I realized that I need to enter one of these portals, so I'm just going to pick one and try to remember. Nope, still don't remember. Carrying on the Slayer grind, we actually got some fire giants, and while they're kind of a pain in the butt, the experience is actually going to be worth it, so we are actually going to keep pushing on. So I've managed to get a couple of long bones like almost back to back, which is just crazy to me. I think I've only seen one in the past, so that's cool. For those of you that do not know, the long bones can be traded in for some construction experience in the city of Dorgashun. You go into the little corner and then you talk to this little happy fellow right over here, and he will trade you the bones in order for some experience. So we're going to take advantage of that. Oh, so you actually get 2K as well. I completely forgot about the money, but I mean, 2K is 2K, right? Especially this early on. So we'll go ahead and take the money, take the experience, though. Woohoo, that is what we're here for. Ooh, and look at that construction level and didn't do jack. I just kind of woke up one day and decided that I probably should prepare for some farming in the near future, but I need some compost. So decided to get all the ingredients for that and then have to unnode everything one by one and then throw them into the compost bin in order to make it work. And now we wait. I had to take a little breather, and now we're knocking out another fan favorite, the Grand Tree Quest. You know, that quest did not take long at all. I actually remember that one taking an attack level. We'll take it. I remember it being a lot longer, but you know what? It's probably just my senility kicking in. I was spending some time giving it some thought, and I think what we're going to be doing in the very near future is we're going to be working on some combat achievements, notably the medium ones, because that we are going to want to do some barrows very soon, and then we don't get the prayer drain for the Goblet Hilt too, so just something to think about. But first, some achievement diaries. All right, easy diaries all done for Varrock. I don't think this plate buy is really going to do much, but these lamps, though, these lamps are for the Herblore skill. No questions asked. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Lumbee diaries next. Alrighty, we got some more lamps. Oh, great. Another one for the Herblore skill. At this rate, it's going to go pretty quick, really. And don't even need the herbs. I mean, look at that. Woohoo! A Soul's Bane knocked out. And the Bane of Ultimate's Enlightened Journey. Ugh. This one's going to be bad. There's so much inventory management here. All right. Should be pretty easy here on out. Well, one thing I completely forgot about are the willow branches. I thought you grow the tree and that's it. But no, it turns out we have to wait, which is everybody's favorite thing. I don't know what to do while I wait. I wasn't prepared for this. Well, I guess we're going to go grab our stuff real quick. All right, there we go. We should have waited just long enough to get the right amount of branches, so we just gotta use the second challenge on here to get the branches. And I'm actually curious. Can you note these? Turns out we didn't have enough branches, so decided to do the Garden of Tranquility quest, and hopefully that would give us enough time. And this is an annoying one, but it's another one for the diary, so I guess it's kind of a blessing in disguise because that lamp is gonna be juicy once we're done. One of the best cutscenes in the game too, so never gets old, does it? Garden of Tranquility, done. Now for the next one. There we go. Enlightened Journey is now done, which means that we have done almost all the requirements for the medium Varrock diary. All that remains is just one tiny little skill. And there we go. We got our level. And give me that. I want it. I want it so much. Oh, yes, we got a body that we'll probably hardly ever wear, and then a lamp. It's always about the lamps. There we go. Ah, yes. Sweet. More and more levels. Getting closer and closer to 70. I do think that that's going to be the next goal that we're going to go for is the hard Mauritania diary because Barrows is really going to be. I'm not going to say it's not going to be worth it, but it's definitely going to be more beneficial for it. So we're going to work on the hard Mauritania diary and then slowly progress into the combat achievements to get the medium combat tasks done so we don't get the prayer drain. And that way we'll just full send barrows for as long as we can because we want to try and maintain as many prayer potions as possible. But until then, thank you so much for tagging along with me on this journey and I hope to see you in the next one.